Okay, so welcome back to Unapologetically Unfiltered. My name is Georgia.
I'm Jess.
And today we are going to talk about the nitty-gritties about dating in your 30s.
Yeah, these are the hard truths and the hard realities that you kind of have to face as you get older and more mature.
And these things I don't think really apply to your 20s. It's definitely to your 30s.
Well, they shouldn't. I feel like dating in your 20s should be a lot of fun.
Correct.
And you should just be sampling every ice cream flavour in the fucking shop before you make a decision.
I think I know what flavour you'd like.
Something spicy.
Let's get into it. So, okay, let's talk about for what I think is the big elephant in the room is the ticking clock, the dating in your 30s.
Yeah, so this is interesting for me because I don't have a sense of a ticking clock.
Yes.
I have also been very happily single for about 5 years. Yeah, kind of trying to be more intentional about my dating and was thinking about the idea of getting into a relationship and the fact that that would be nice and that I did want to find love. Because deep down I know I'm a romantic and I know I like love. But I was just also very happy. I am also not a woman that wants children.
Yes.
Which is huge. You feel a sense of guilt even saying that, to be honest.
Why?
Because that's just what you see happening. I'm in my 30s. I'm 38, and a lot of my friends have had children and gotten married, and it's like it's almost like you don't feel like you're doing the right thing if you say that you don't want to have children. It's selfish or something. I don't know.
I feel like that's kind of society putting you into a box, and we will talk about this in a little bit, you know, about being put in a box in your 30s that, you know, you should have a white picket fence and a husband and children and certain things that society think you should be doing at that point. But, you know, children aren't for everybody. And, you know, I don't think you should feel like, you know, guilty or funny or anything. Like you only have one life and you choose how you know, want to live your life. And no one should be telling you how to live your life or what you should want from your own body.
Yeah.
Even.
I think probably that reaction or that decision has come off the back of being in quite long relationships when I was younger, so in my 20s. I feel like I did things a little bit backwards.
Yeah.
And giving myself completely to the relationships and perhaps losing myself in them a little bit. So then my decision in being single and taking more time for myself was about trying to put myself first.
Yeah.
So I feel like perhaps a child would be counterintuitive to that. I mean, we never say never, but for the moment, that's kind of my decision. So I haven't really had that pressure of the ticking clock that a lot of women in their 30s have, but I can understand that it is an issue and it does play a role in the way that we date.
But I also feel like men don't know a lot about women's fertility either. I feel like they're not very educated about, you know, I think men just think we can get just pregnant all the time and that our fertility never drops. And I think that is another major thing as well. Men don't understand that they kind of get that there is a clock, but they don't realize probably the extensiveness of it.
Yeah. And actually, I also face this reality of men assuming, because I'm in my 30s, that my clock is ticking and therefore I want to get married and have children immediately.
Yes. No, it's like when you first meet them on a date, they're like, okay, like they just automatically think that you want to get married tomorrow to them.
Yeah.
And it's
like damned if you do, damned if you don't, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's something that I've struggled with a lot. And also, I mean, I'm sure you can probably relate being in your 30s also, you have a lot of friends that are married and have children. How does that feel when you are, you know, you're somebody that definitely wants marriage and wants children? How does that feel when you're not doing that yet?
Yeah, you know what? I did give myself a really hard time over it for a while, and I'm so happy for like all my beautiful friends and their children and everything. But, you know, I kind of did look at it and think, why can't I have that? Why have I not achieved that? You know, is there something wrong with me? Like, what am I doing wrong? And I was laying so much blame on myself for it, for other men's behavior, which is, now that I look back on it, it's so crazy. But I've actually come really full circle with it, and I actually went to myself, had a conversation with myself, and I said to myself that, you know what, I have a beautiful life, I have a great job, I have great friends around me, I have a great family, I have a roof over my head, touch wood, I'm healthy. You know, maybe I'm not meant to have a family. Maybe it's not meant for me. And I actually let it go. Like I said to myself, I'm just going to let that go, because maybe it's just not meant to, it's not maybe meant in my path for me. And like, I'm okay with that now, you know?
Yeah. Funnily enough, I did the same thing, but with the relationship.
Yes.
I kind of came to terms with the fact that, well, if I might be single and that's okay. All I'm going to do is try to make my life the best I can make it.
Correct.
For me.
Yes.
And then whatever happens, happens. But if I don't have a relationship, if I don't meet somebody that I want to be with, then that's okay. It's not, it doesn't define me.
But it yes, absolutely. And I feel like, you know, once you start letting go of those things, that, you know, magic does happen. And but, you know, there is still, like, I would say, being in your 30s, there is still a lot of pressure as a woman. You know, even at work, I have people ask me all the time, don't you want to settle down? Do you want a family? Do you want to get married? Like, it's constant. And yeah, I'm a little bit funny about the fertility question when people ask.
Yep.
You
Nobody
know,
asks me.
I don't know why they just seem to ask me all the time, don't you want to have a family? Oh, you want to have a family, you better hurry up, because you're in your 30s. Yeah. I know. I'm like, do you want to come to my gyno appointment with me?
Exactly. Would you like to see my uterus?
Yeah. It's kind of like they're questioning me and asking me, don't you want to settle down? Like, it's something that I don't want.
So what, are you just meant to settle down with anybody and pop out a kid? I think that's more irresponsible than anything.
Well, then that's the society trying to put you in a box. And I think a lot of people look at my lifestyle too and they don't understand it. Like, there's question marks, you know, and you probably get the same as well. Like, you and I both travel a lot.
Yep.
We're kidless.
We're a little bit gypsy-ish.
We're gypsy-ish. As my grandma would say, couch surfer.
Chaotic. Yes, my mum says similar things to me too.
So I think a lot of people don't understand our lifestyle and how we like to live.
And we judge ourselves too. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, we do. We judge ourselves.
Yeah.
Off the back of that.
Yeah, we absolutely do. But I think at the end of the day, if you are happy, it doesn't have to make sense to other people.
That's right. Facts. If you're happy, it doesn't need to make sense to anybody. You're your own masterpiece.
Exactly.
You're your own muse.
Your own Picasso.
Exactly. So I wanted to talk about something that it's so little, it's probably quite insignificant, but I remember kind of going through, this is one of the things that I struggled with living in Sydney, and having a lot of my friends married and with children, is that I felt invisible, because that was not my reality. And you just don't have as many people that are like-minded around you. But also I remember going to my friends with partners, and they have the best intentions and they love me, but I would be talking to them about, you know, a guy that I met for instance, and been on 3 dates with him or whatever, and he ghosted me.
Yeah.
And I'd be hurting, and I'd be telling them I'm hurt and asking them, you know, like for advice or for comfort or whatever else. And they were kind of dismissive because to them it's very
They don't see it as significant.
Yeah, they would just be like, well, Jess, it's a fuck boy.
Yeah, oh, well, she'll get someone else, or, oh, well, you know, you'll be with someone else. Or,
yeah, it's a fuck boy. Or like, why don't you choose, like, why do you choose these guys, or what do you expect or whatever? And it minimizes your feelings.
But it's also blaming you for someone else's behavior. And I feel you on that because, you know, I have had people just say to me before, oh, well, you know, you chose him.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't choose that behavior.
Yeah, exactly.
I chose the person, but I didn't choose the behavior or the treatment.
I think for me and for both of us, I think we're self-aware enough to understand mistakes and take accountability, but then to have people that you love and respect kind of be flippant about your feelings, I think it hurts more.
Criticize, yeah. I felt like, yeah, I do. I felt quite, you know, critiqued by my choices, and oh, well, you know, you've got a type, so it's that's your type, and that's what you get from choosing that type. You know, I got that a lot too.
Yeah, and what about this? We'll talk about this more later, but you and I have made pretty big decisions to date outside of Australia.
Yes.
And what about, like, what do people say to you about that?
Oh, yes, the dating outside of Australia. So, yeah, so this is another topic about dating overseas, which seemed to ruffle a lot of feathers with people around me, including my family. Yeah, I do have actually quite a few friends who are in long distance relationships, and I actually have been in multiple long distance relationships from Dubai to LA to London. So
can work.
I am a seasoned campaigner with it. I definitely know what I'm doing there, but it obviously ruffled a few feathers with people when they would hear that, you know, I was dating someone overseas. And you know, the questions are like, oh, so what are you going to do? Are you leaving? Are you moving there? Is he coming here?
When?
That must be really hard. That relationship must be really hard for you guys. Oh, how is it going to work? Oh, so are you only seeing them one time a month? Like, oh my God, the questions. I would literally turn around and say to people, well, when I've figured it all out, I will come to you first and tell you everything that I'm doing.
I'll give you a summarized essay on it.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing about people trying to put you in a box, you know, that, oh, you have to date someone who is Australian. You know, you can't be seen to be doing something that's outside of the box and different to someone else's lifestyle.
Yeah. And why do you think that happens, people putting you in a box?
I think people put you in a box because they're not living your life. They can't see what you're doing, and they probably don't agree with what you're doing either.
Because they don't understand.
Yes. And they can't picture themselves in your position, and they can't get their head around it. So they also don't understand how you are in it.
But also people that love you and like you, they want you around. So they don't want you to go away. They don't want you to move, and they don't want you to not progress. But yeah, I've struggled with this over the years because I've moved a lot since it's probably COVID that I started moving around to different places. And it's that movement. I moved down to the south coast of New South Wales for a year and a half. That's the only way I bought my property.
Yeah.
But the people around you want you to stay. And
have you there so they can just grab you.
That's okay for them. Because
even though they've got their own lives.
That's okay for them because they've got relationships or they've bought a property or whatever else.
Yes.
But like, are they going to come and pat me to sleep at night when I can't pay my rent by myself or I don't have a relationship because I haven't moved?
Yes.
You know, like you
Yes.
can't just keep doing the same thing for other people
That's exactly right.
and then rely on them, because it really comes down to you.
Yes. And at the end of the day, you have to live your life how you want to live your life, and it doesn't need to make sense to other people.
I think I actually did that for a long time, a long time before I moved for COVID, and then I got used
Yeah.
to moving, and then it was Bali, but nobody understood. Well, a few people started to understand me by then, but Bali, yeah.
I
it's
remember when I'd split up with a partner who was overseas, and I had someone say to me in a comment, they said, "I'm glad Australia gets to keep you now."
Well,
I was like, "What?"
yes, it's customs are putting you to sleep every night now, are they?
I know. Apparently, Australia's my little comfort blanket at night.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because there's a lot of loneliness and there's a lot of isolation. There's a lot of things that you struggle with being single and being a single woman.
Yep.
Even pragmatic things like buying a house, you know, paying all your
Yes.
bills and whatnot.
Yeah.
That people don't consider before they say, why aren't you staying? Or why are
Yes.
you doing that? Or
Yeah.
why don't you have a baby? Or don't you want to settle down? La la la. Or this
Yeah.
is like, why don't you choose better guys?
Yes.
So
Yeah. It's almost laying the blame, I feel like. So let's talk about the pool of emotionally available men in our 30s, Jess. So, like, do you think there is a big pool of emotionally available men, or do you think there is a smaller pool?
Well, this is the funny thing, right? Because the prefrontal cortex in the brain should develop by the age of 30 for all of us, men included. However, I think in your 30s, there's still some baby boys out there when you're dating. And with that, the emotional availability is scarce. There's either men that are married, they have been married and they've been burnt and they're not recovered from that, or they're actually still not ready.
Yes. Or they don't want to get married again. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of men who've been married and they're like, no, I don't want to get married. I found that there is a lot of emotionally unavailable men in their 30s and early 40s, and they are kind of the leftover men who are probably more avoidant.
Or the Peter Pans.
The
You know,
Peter Pans, yes.
Peter Pans are like men that don't want to grow up yet.
Like, literally like Peter Pan. Yeah, they don't want to grow up. So,
Yep.
yes, that I find that there are a lot of men like that, and they do come on very strong, like they actually do want something. So it can be quite confusing.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden they either, like, when it gets to the emotional stuff, they ghost you, or they just ghost you, break up with you, just run away, and then they're repeating that cycle and on to the next woman.
Yeah, which kind of brings me, I guess, to my biggest gripe about dating in my 30s, because in your 20s, you're a bit more, you're still kind of experimenting, you're working things out, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But in my 30s, what I've really struggled with is the lack of transparency from men.
Yes.
Especially around what they actually want and how emotionally available they are. And there's a lot of men out there that are still pretending that they like you or that they want to date you so that they can have sex.
Correct. Like, why not just be honest and
Yes.
say
And
that you just want to hook up?
as a woman in your 30s, you are
Yeah.
entitled to have sex with someone just because you want to have sex. You know, we're mature enough to make our own decisions. And I think it's completely valid if that's what we want from men. However, where we get stuck is men still pretending that they want more from us
Yeah.
so that they can
Sleep with us.
fuck.
Yeah. So they can sleep with us when they don't really want anything. And it's leading on too. It's leading on, and
Exactly.
it's
And
like nothing at the end.
as a woman in your 30s, you are resilient enough to be able to cope with a man saying to you, I think you're beautiful, I think you're great to be around, but I just want to have sex, or I'm not ready for a relationship, and you can make the decision.
Yes, that's what I was going to get at. It's they take away your choice from you at the end of the day. And that's what I really don't like.
Yeah.
They're taking away, they're pretending, oh, yes, I want this. And that was basically my ex-fiance that did that throughout the whole relationship. So I know what that feels like. He literally led me on the whole relationship. Like he actually wanted to get married and have a life with me, but
Bin rat.
he didn't. Yeah.
Bin rat.
Yeah.
But men, they're dumb, but they're not dumb. And they do decide pretty quickly if they want to have sex with you. I think they decide pretty quickly, like snap your fingers quickly.
Yes.
But then they know fairly quickly as well if they would pursue a relationship with you or if they're ready to pursue a relationship. So
yes,
I don't think that there needs to be that ambiguity from men. And that's certainly the frustration that I have faced.
They also called it, it's also called place card holding, isn't it? Where they, you're just kind of there because you're holding a place card for the next, woman to come along.
I do actually think that men, when they decide, they just decide, and then it is like ding.
I agree. And, they do say you will know where you stand with a man because if there is confusion, that is your answer.
Yeah, it's true. And that's been a very difficult lesson to learn, but it's certainly been one that's been heavy in the last year and a half, 2 years. Yeah.
I agree on that.
It's rough out there.
It is. It's a zoo out there, and you've got to keep your wits about you, and
also keep your options open. You may as well.
You have to absolutely keep your options open. I would recommend against putting all your eggs in one basket.
Absolutely, I would recommend dating 4 people at once.
Yes,
to be honest.
Yeah, yes, I totally agree. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't give everything away. Let the man show up for you. Let him prove to you that he wants to be with you.
Yep, facts. And we know that dating in your 30s is not going to get any easier, but just keep being obsessed with yourself.
Yes, and I hope our little insights have helped you guys, out there with dating, and you can learn from our experiences and mistakes.
Hope somebody's learning. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast.
Yes.
And follow us on Instagram.
Thanks, guys.